Okay. Shalom, shalom, banim vimanot, le Israel. Boker tov, ani more Yochanan ben Malach. Ma shalom Kim.
Shalom More Yochanan, Kol Beseder, Ani Ibereka,
There you go.
Ihabrak.
Yeah, that's good. That word is kind of hard to say. Ibarecha.
Ibarecha.
There you go. Ibarecha. Yeah. All right. Baruch haba, Talmidim, the Talmidot. Hakos Zehe, I'm sorry. Hakos Hazeh Dover Ivrit Miatim.
There you go. Shalom, Shmi Shemaya, Ani Garbe, California. Oh, Ani Talmid Shel Ivrit.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. So we know that the gar and garage is male, female. Talmid and Talmidah is male and female as well. Yeah, so this is just, like I say, this is just building the conversation, right? Having multiple layers of conversation, and what you should do is, if you remember, and you get on the phone with a friend of yours, or you talk to a friend, record what you guys are saying on the phone, and then try to go back later and transcribe it into Hebrew, because you'll see the different layers of conversation. You know what I mean? From the salutation to the how are you, and what are you doing, what you've been up to, and then to the heart of the conversation. And that's what is very hard to try to work toward, is different layers of conversation, because there's so many things that you could say. Right, there's so many things you could say. So here we have Naim Meod, which is very good, or nice to meet you. Naim Meod, Sheyodea, Ledeber, Ivrit, right, which is, Sheyodea is who knows. Who knows, right? Le devar, right, or to speak. Devar is to speak. Le devar is to speak. Who knows how is implied. Who knows how to speak. Le devar Ivrit, right? Who knows how to speak Hebrew? And of course,
so it's Ani Mevin, Ani Lemed Lemati. Ani Lemati Ivrit. Whoa.
Take your time with it.
Let me try to blow it up. Okay. Bevet. Oh yeah, Bevet Tasefer.
There you go. Yeah. So Ani Mavin, right? Ani Mavin is just means I understand, or I can comprehend, and you can say anything, right? Somebody could say, Toda for the blessings, Ani Mavin, right? It just means I understand. It's a good phrase to put your memory, right? Ani Mavin, I understand, or I can comprehend, or I can accept that. Right? Then we have Ani Lamad T, which is, now when you have that, when you see this Shavar T, this makes everything. This is a prenominal suffix, right? Which makes the word or makes the verb past tense. So I know we talked about the predominant suffix that makes things plural, which is "im." We understand the predominant suffixes can make things male or female, right?
Right.
Like shelo, shela, shelachim, shelahenu, in plural, right? And so when you have the T, the Shava T, you know that this is past tense. So ani, I, and then lomed or lomad is like learned or studied or taught, right? I learned past tense ivrit in the school of the books. So
yeah, the school of books, yeah.
Right. And you would think at this point that there would be an easier way to say school, but Beit HaSefer, it kind of persists. I don't know why. It's not as neat and compact as school, but it's just a big word to say. And when you see it, at first you're like, that's what I do too. It's like, whoa, hold on, what is that? Let me get my brain.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah, because it's a shock.
Right. House of books.
Yeah, in the house of books. In the house of the books.
The book.
Yeah. And so you would say, I asked the question, who knows how to speak Hebrew? You could say, I understand, I learned Hebrew in school. And then I would say, beautiful or great, excellent, right? Yafeh does not have to mean beautiful, although it literally translates to beautiful. It can mean anything like good or correct or right. You could just,
right.
Depending on how you use it, right? It doesn't have to mean beautiful. And generally speaking, you wouldn't call a man beautiful. You wouldn't use Yafeh in the masculine sense to describe the appearance the appearance of a man, but you could use Yafa in the feminine sense to describe the appearance of a woman. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So generally when you see Yafeh, you're talking about, a car or maybe a picture, or maybe you're saying excellent, good, cool, great. That's excellent. That's correct. That's right. And then Yafa would be going toward the beauty of a person, right? So you might see like Atara Yafa, or this woman, Ha Isha Yafa, the pretty woman, right?
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, that Yafeh, although it literally means beautiful, it can be used because there is no word for excellent, and there is no word for something that might mean excellent, right? Like, I'm sure there's one.
Right. Got
I don't know what it would be, but when you say excellent, you can say Yafeh.
Right.
And then of course we go to this next part here where it says ve'at, ve'ata, right? Where I'm asking, I'm assuming that one student responds, and so I'm saying great, and I go to the next student, right? And this is just, or if there was just one student, you might skip ani mavin, and you might say lo, ani lo dabar ivrit, like I do not speak Hebrew, more.
Right.
Ali Talmid Kadash, right? I'm a new student. Just like I say, just trying to build options for what could be said in response to a certain question. And right now we're talking about school, or about this class in particular. Next week, or during the course of this next week, what I want to do is I want to build out a conversation for what you might say in a grocery store.
Right.
Or even maybe a grocery store / a sit-in restaurant. Because I assume that when you guys go to Israel for Passover, that you might go into a store or you might go to a sit-in restaurant.
Exactly.
Right. And so
majority of the time, like stores.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure that you're gonna have something you need in the store, whether it's batteries or chewing gum or water or something. You're going to need something from the store, and so we want to look at some of the things you might buy in the store, and we want to try to build a conversation around some of those things. That way, because this here, the conversation we're having around school, this is just a exercise to familiarize you with how it's going to work. So I'm taking this a step further than I took the class when I was going to come into your house, because I understand that this is not if I repeated the stuff from the class at the house, it would be a good refresher for you, but you wouldn't see as much growth.
Right.
So I'm not going to go through all of this. I want you to make sure that you.
I printed it out already.
You printed this out already?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that you go through it every once in a while, just to.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I touch it every week, at least a couple times a week. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need I need More. I am not the teacher. I need Talmid. I'm a student. I need Lomer Ivrit. I am learning Hebrew in the course, Beha course, right? And it just a full conversation. I didn't put all the different color coding on this one because I just wanted it to be something that we could look at. What I want to do today, in the time we have, is this is the other stuff on there that we can look at that it has been available. I want to look at, let's go here real quick and look at this. Okay. So it says, for the following exercise, familiarize yourself with the vocabulary terms. Notice that to study, to learn, and to teach are all the same, can all be presented with the same word. Notice also the future tense and past tense forms. So I want you to notice that will learn usually have this U in front of it, right? And the past tense will have the T form on it, right? The mem could also be of past tense, right?
Right.
Melomedit, melomad, right? And man, I'm telling you, when I first started trying to learn, to study, and to teach, I was like, man, this is confusing. But as time went on, you realize that learning, studying, and teaching all kind of mean the same thing. And it's the context of the statement that tells you if it's learned. And so we have to kind of get out of the English understanding for this word, because it just shows how inadequate English is, because here you have something that can be expressed as one concept in Hebrew that it takes three concepts to express in English. And then that just speaks to how watered down English is, that one word can mean three things in Hebrew, but it takes three words to mean the same thing in English. So we have lelomer, we have lomed, we have li, le yamod, right? Leamod, Lo Med again, Ya Limod, Med Lo Mad, and More. All of these things you can see the root word in the right, the mem, the I think I want to say it's the mem, the resh, and the dalit. Let me prove that real quick. I just want to make sure what the root word is. Sometimes this website here starts tripping because they want you to pay for stuff. Lela mode. Let's see what the root is in this word. Yeah, okay. See, to learn, to study. Lamod. It's Lamed, Mem, and Dalit. And when we go to here, you get the class. There's another one, Lamod, right? The class of. When we blow it out to full conjugation, we blow it out to the full conjugation. You can see Lomed, Lomedit, Lom, Deem, Lom Dot, Lamad, et Lamadti. So here, remember, I told you that E is kind of not there. It's a Shavai, right? But they put the E in there because there's so many Europeans that can't say it without the E. But it's Lamadti and Lamad Nu. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't get it, I mean, throw a little E in there if you have to, but it's pronounced really Lamadti.
Lamadti.
Yeah. Now we go into the future tense here. You can see a lot of future tense verbs. I think this is Pa'al. It is Pa'al. You can see up here, Pa'al. That means a lot because most of the Pa'al verbs will have like a te in the will have a tav in the second person, and it have a yud in the third person. Okay, in the future tense. So and that's just standard across most of the Pa'al verbs, right? And because 80% of all the verbs are Pa'al, you can just assume that for the most part, most of the Hebrew language is going to conform to the same rule. So it's just good to know. But you can see here, like you will learn. You can say Hazeh Becourse, in this course, right? Tilmad, you will learn, right? Hazeh Becourse Tilmad, in this course you will learn. And so what I want to, okay, so look right here. You see how it has, right here at the bottom, it has, in the infinitive, to learn, it has lil mode and it has lil mode both ways.
Yeah.
This is because they only using that vav as a vowel. And sometimes in scripture, you'll see lil mode without the vowel. So they've added the vowel in there in modern Hebrew that although it might not be there in the biblical Hebrew.
Biblical, yeah.
And then this goes again into the reason why we can prove, once you can break down the language like this, you can prove that this is not Yiddish because the skeleton of modern Hebrew is biblical Hebrew. And they built modern Hebrew off of the biblical text. And that's why you see this vav as being optional right here. So this covers, let me go back, I'm gonna push the backspace. This word covers to learn and to study, and also covers the class, right? Class, learning, studies, also plural. So I want to go to, I want to type in Moray, just so we can see what Moray, if it goes to the same thing. That's M-O-R, I think it's, hey, Moray. Let's see. Yeah, so Moray is teacher. Lehorot. So Moray is I'm looking at these parts of speech. Moray is a different root. It shows Yud, Resh, Hey. So Moray has different roots than to learn or to study. Let me see. Let's blow this out and see. Do you use this website a lot?
Which one?
PLE.
I haven't. I think I used to use it. PLE. How do you spell it?
Right here, it's Pealim.
Yeah, I think I used to print stuff off for the kids with that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good website. So we have Moray, Mora, Morim, Morot. This is Hifil. So this is a different set of verbs. So it's going to be a little different, right?
Right.
Look here, Moray, and then you have here, I taught Horeti. Horiti. Horiti. Horenu.
We taught.
Horet. Horeta. Horeta. Horet. We have there. Horetim. Horetin. Third person, he taught. Hora. Hor. Look at this one here with the Shiva right there. Horta. We have Horu. Very interesting, right? First person future tense is Ore and Nore. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what I do sometimes when I have something like this. What I do is I will write a sentence with every different conjugation. So you go up here, you can say, he teaches her, or he teaches them, she teaches. Well, maybe I wouldn't do it with Moray and Mora, because this look the same, but definitely with Moray and Morot, definitely with Horeti and Horenu, right? So I would write a word, I'd write a sentence with every word. That way I can see how all of those all of those words are used, and that helps you get familiar with it. And unfortunately, because we're learning Hebrew, you just have to get used to what these different words look like. And that's why we only deal with 10 verbs, right? The 10 most commonly used. Okay.
Right.
We only deal with the 10 most commonly used verbs so that we can just get practice with them, right? because you're gonna see the same thing. If I, for instance, if I were to go up here to, and I'm going off course a little bit because it's just you and me, and so we don't have to really let's try oh man, it's not even typing. All right, let's try it. It's Resh, this, Roe. Maybe it's like that. All right. So we have this verb here, which we use very often, is roe, right? Which means to see, right? So I'm going to go, remember, it's pa'al. That's very important. It's pa'al. Let's go to the conjugation. When I see pa'al, I kind of get, it takes away some of my anxiety because him feel and hafil and the other ones, MPL, those get hard to remember, but pa'al are kind of simple. So we have roe, roa, roim, root, roiti, roenu, or roinu. We have raita, right? You saw, and you can ask that as a question or, right? Did you see that? Right.
Right.
You say ra raita raita hazet. Did you see it? Raita hazet. Right? Did you see it? You say, I need Raita. I saw it, right? I saw it. Let's say, oh, did you see that? Yeah, Raita. I saw it. So even one word statements are parts of conversation. You saw, we have he saw, which is ra'ah. She saw it, ra'ata. They saw, ra'u. I will see, like, somebody ask you a question, are you going to go to Israel? You say, I will see. Eri. I'll see. Eri.
Right.
I will see. Neri. We will see. Neri. We will see. Right? So just having this at your disposal just gives you more.
I'm at to get down that download.
It's a free site, man, and what I do is I like to take screenshots of it, or I wish there was a way I could print these out and have them like in big print form so I could have them, or I just recreate them. But these are just different, different ways of saying the same thing in all the different ways that we would say it in English. Let's look at one more of the common ones, because hold on, let me put my computer on charge.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. All right. There we go. I'm on the charge. All right, so let me let's type in another one. I'm gonna go into Rose. This is another very common one that we use. You know what rose is?
Rose?
Yeah.
Isn't that like want or something like that?
To want, yeah, absolutely. It's pa'al, and we can see here that if we blow it out, we have Rotzeh, Rotzah, Rotzim, Rotzot, Raziti, Razinu, just like Roa, just like the sea, right? Okay, so you could say, for instance, he wanted it. All right. How would you say he wanted it?
I would say.
Let me go back.
Oh, yeah. I would say, who I would say who Ratziti.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go here to translate. I try not to reinvent the wheel. So he say,
Right.
he wanted it. So look, you're right? Who?
Mm-hmm.
And you know this is Razeh, right?
Yeah.
Razah, right? Which is gonna be here. They didn't put the the nikud, right? Razah.
Right. It. Ratza.
Right?
It wanted.
Et zeh, right?
Yeah.
And so in Hebrew, for some reason, it, you would say the it, right?
Right.
So basically, he wanted the it, right? It sounds funny, but that's how I would say it. Hu ratza et zeh.
Who Ratza it said.
Yeah.
That's deep.
And so we come here. So now that we know, because once we learn the verb, right? And this is literally how I study Hebrew, how I learn words, right? I'm showing you my tricks, right? So once you know
Right.
the verb that you're looking at, which is rosé, now I come here to translate, and I can say, I want an apple, right?
Right. A Farsi.
How do you say that?
Oh. Ani Rotse Teput. Or Tepuach.
Tepuach, exactly. Okay, so then we say, okay, well, let's make this a little more difficult, right? Let's say she wanted that, right? So we have it again, right? He
Ani.
wrote
Oh yeah.
wrote
Rosa.
right?
Ate. Yeah.
Et Z, right? So now this here, which is Rotsa. Let's see what this word is here. She wanted is Ratsta, right? So there's
Ratsta.
there's going to be a Shiva on this Zadi. He
Right.
Ratsta et Ze, right? And so you just,
Right.
what I do is I would just keep building sentences. They wanted to go to Israel. Let's break this down. Him, Rosenu, or Razu, him, Razu,
Le Nasoa.
Yeah.
Le Nasoa, Le Israel.
Le Israel. So let's, the first thing we do is, let's make sure we express Razu, all right? They wanted, right?
Yeah, Razu.
Look at that, Razu. So we write about Razu. And now this other word here, right? We might not know what that is. Let's copy it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to open a new tab, right? And then we're going to put it in and see what it tells us this is. Look at this. Linsor, to ride, to travel, to drive. All right. So they wanted to go or to travel. So let's go back. All right. So let's see how you pronounce it. Linsor. And of course, you see that vav in there again because they throw that vav in there. Linsor. All right. So we know this as him, Razu, Linzoa LeIsrael. They wanted to go to Israel. Now I'm curious to see, what we wanted to go to Israel. What that looks like. All right. Razenu Linsoa Israel.
Israel.
You see that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So this is man, I'm telling you this is literally how I come up with the sentences and stuff for the class. Is I just put it into Pialin, and once I know the verb that I'm trying to address, you can kind of identify the verb ratza, rose, ratzta, razu, right? Razenu. So it's just a matter of, putting those verbs in there and having to just figure out the rest of it.
Right.
And so this is kind of what I want you to do for the store. Okay. So let me go up here, and I'm gonna open another tab. All right. Now, so the store is Hanut. Hanut. I might not spell that correctly. Did I spell it? Hanut. Okay, I did. No. Hanut. Yeah, I spelled it correctly. Store. Hanut. All right. So if we look at the store here, this shouldn't be too long, this one here, because it's only a noun. Yeah, it's a noun. So the nouns aren't gonna be very long. So if we keep the essence of our sentence building centered on the store, then you can start looking at, like, what are you doing at the store? What are you looking for at the store, right? So you can say, we found the store. Now, there's a lot of words here we might not know, right? So like this, like we know Hanut is the store, and we know that this is found. We know that this is we found because of the new, right? The new tells us it's we.
Yep.
And then, of course, I told you, when you say a verb and a noun, you got to say it, the noun, right? So we found it, the store, which is et hanut. So this here becomes a word that we have to look up. And the more words we have to look up, the more we learn our Hebrew, right? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to put this word into Pialin, and I want to see what this word says. This is Matsenu. We found. I'm going to blow it out. Matsenu. First thing I'm going to look at is the verb form. I think it's a pa'al verb. It is pa'al. That's good. To find or to encounter. And it says, look at this, just like Rose and Roa, right? Motze, Motzet, Motzim, Motzot, Mazati, Mazenu. So Matzenu is what we have. We found Matzenu et Hahanut. We found the store. This is something that you can use in Israel right now.
Yeah. Matzenu et Hahanut.
Yeah. Now you might say, we are looking for the store. All right. Anachnu. Now we know et hahanut, right? This is it, the store. We are. Now this becomes a word we have to look up, right? So I'm going to take this word, I'm going to copy, I'm going to put it in this one. Let's see, what was this one? Linsoa. I'm going to save Linsoa. I'm going to save, what is this one here? Rosette. We already have Rosette. So I'm going to put it here in Rosette. No, I'm not. I'm going to save Rosette too. I'm going to open up another tab and I'm going to put it in there. And we're gonna work on these new verbs as well. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see what this new verb is here. All right. This is, let's do the verb form. Verb form is PL. Now, the reason why I don't like PL is because PL, they get real messy, man. They get real messy. But let's look what it says here. Mechapsim. 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 It says to search. They search. All right, so let's expand it out and see what this is. We have mechafsim. Okay, we have mechafsim. We have the worst one too. We are looking for the store. Okay. We are here. They are looking. Mechafsim. Mechafsim. We are looking for the store. So it's very ugly, man. אנחנו מחפשים את החנות. אנחנו מחפשים את החנות. But like I say, once you know what it is, you know what it is, man. You know, you just got to deal with it. It sounds ugly, but that's what the shit says. That's what I tell people, man. It sounds ugly, but that's what it says. So Mezenu et Chachanut, Anaknu Mechapsim et Chachanut. So, yeah, and you know some of this, right? In the store is very simple.
Yeah.
Bechanut, right? At the store is Bechanut, same thing, right? So you might say to the store, right, is Lechanut.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
The store is closed. It's another one, right? Hachanut. So Segora. Let's look it up. I mean, sometimes, bro, I'll be up here and I just be looking up everything, man. Just be like, just sometimes your brain don't want to work. You just look it up, bro. And because I can read Hebrew, it makes it very easy to look things up and just know the word. The problem with us right now is the terminology.
Yeah.
So close. It says segura. So this word, this is hachanut segura. The store is closed. And if you look at the lesson that we do on opposites, I haven't done it yet, but we have a lesson on opposites. You learn segura and you learn open because those are opposites of each other, right? So you could say the store is open, right? Petucha, right? Petocha and segura. So I mean, this is really what I want you to do for the next week, right? Is just go into Google Translate if you have time, if you're able to, and I want you to type in a bunch of sentences dealing with the store, You know what I'm saying? And on next Sunday, when we meet up again, we'll be able to share some of our sentences with each other, and we can see what we can learn from just doing this same exercise. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And that way, we'll spend a couple of weeks talking about the store and maybe anything, right? Like where is the milk? How do you say that in Hebrew? I ain't gonna write it yet. How would you say where is the milk?
איפה זה להם, או איפה להם זה? Or I'm sorry, Khalab, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
איפה Khalab זה?
Well, you can say this Eifo Ha-Halaf.
איפה Khalab?
Yeah, Eifo Ha-Halaf. Eifo Ha-Halaf.
Oh, איפה Ha-Halaf.
Yeah. And that's another thing you might say in the store, right? Eifo Ha-Mayim. Where's the water?
Yeah.
Eifo Ha-Mayim. Right? Let's say we say water. Where is the water? Eifo Ha-Mayim.
Eifo Ha-Mayim.
Yeah.
Sure.
Where are the crackers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's crackers. Eifo Ha-Kraim, right? Krakraim.
Eifo Ha-Krakraim. Right.
So I mean, there's all kind of ways to say things, right? But you might, where can I find shoes, right? Eifo ani likol la mazor nine Nialayim, right? Nialayim, shoes. Eifo ani, where can I yikol, right? To find. Eifo ani yikol la mazor. I think that's la mazor. I want to say that's la mazor. That's to find. I find la mazor. Yeah, la mazor. So that would be Eifo ani yikol la mazor Nialayim. Where can I find shoes? I'm gonna leave this up like that for now, because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna translate this, and I'm gonna add this to the work. I'm gonna add this to the bank of sentences that we're gonna create for going to the store. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
And that's what we're gonna do for the next week. Is we're just gonna come up with a bank of sentences dealing with things you would do in the store. Right?
Okay.
So you might even ask your wife to say, you know, what kind of questions would you ask in the store in Israel? What kind of questions would you ask? What kind of things would you look for? And we're just gonna come up with a big word bank of things we can say. And we'll go over it next week and practice. All right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with like 5 a day. If I can come up with like 5 a day, which should be cool.
Absolutely.
So we'll have a thing with, like, you know, where's the oil, where's the cookies, do you sell lamb? Do you sell goat? You know, just stuff that I would be asking in Israel, because these were questions that we have issues with in Israel for tabernacle. So
right. maybe the Passover wine or bitter herb.
Yeah.
I mean, just anything that you might think you would need in Israel. Even Band-Aids and you know and other things. Maybe fire starters, matches, anything.
Yeah.
Juice, and I'll throw some things in there too, and you'll see it on the Google Drive. Okay, and we'll go from there. And next week, we just review what we found, and we go over some stuff.
Got you for sure.
All right.
Work. All right, for sure.
So what I'm gonna do is it's 12:02 right now. I'm gonna stop the recording right here. Let me stop sharing.
Yeah.
And we'll end it right there. And I'll put it in the group chat and remind you and just give you some encouragement throughout the week, and we'll go from there. All right.
Sure. For sure.
Okay, absolutely. All right. I appreciate you, bro, for coming on.
You know that I appreciate you. For sure.
Hey, your commitment is what makes it work, man. People have to be committed. They gotta come. This is why I charge $25. Because it's like, if you're not committed to it now, then you're not gonna learn the language, because you're paying money for the service. So if you're not committed to it now,
that's they bad. I'm gonna be speaking. I don't know about the next. I don't know about everybody else. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. But Free told me he wasn't gonna be able to come today, so I'm gonna send him a recording.
Okay, work.
And of course, Amitia, the girl comes on sometimes. She corrects my Hebrew. Her husband was born and raised in Israel, so she comes on to support me. But I know she knows a lot of Hebrew because she lived in Israel for like 30 years, and her husband is born and raised in Israel. So they speak Hebrew all the time. So she just comes on to support me. Yeah.
They from Dimona?
Yeah, from Dimona. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She moved there when she was 7, and she was there for like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years. So, but everybody else, like, Sharsham and all the other guys, I'm waiting for them to, find their incentive, find their incentive. So, but I do what I can do. I can't work miracles.
No, you can't.
Yeah. But all right, so I'm gonna let you go, man, so we can get busy. Hey, take it easy, man.
For sure. All right, peace.